I've got a little willy, I put it in my bum. Me and my bum have all kinds of fun. Me and my willy are really old friends. Water put that with my willy hole in. Silly old willy, look what you've done. You've got water on my friendly old bum. My willy's silly and a little bit dumb. And my bum eats plums cause the plum tastes yum. Willy bum 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 bum. Enough about my willy, more about my bum. I can fit my friendly old thumb right in my bum when I do a little fart. It popped out when my bum hole starts. I found a wasp, put it in my bum. Stung my rectum, now my bum hole's numb. Silly old wasp, look what you've done. Gotta put ice on my friendly old bum. A willy bum bum, willy willy bum bum. Willy bum 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 bum. Enough about my bum, more about my willy. My willy gets small when my bum hole's chilly. My friendly old bum is covered in frost. My bum got stung by a gross old wasp. Smelly old wasp, this isn't fun. I should have fixed my cold old bum. Go outside and put my bum in the sun, and my bum got burnt and then begun singing willy bum bum, willy willy bum bum. Willy bum bum, willy willy bum bum. Willy bum 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 bum. Wasp, silly old willy in a burnt old bum. Out in the sun with my pants undone. Where are my plums? Did they get lost? It's all your fault, you smelly old wasp. Let's get drunk, I said to my bum. It would taste nice on my friendly old tongue. My greedy old bum said, oh boy some. Put a funnel in my bum and a bottle of rum. Willy bum bum, willy willy bum bum. Willy bum bum, willy willy bum bum. Willy bum bum, willy willy bum bum. Willy bum 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 bum. You smelly old wasp. You silly old willy. You friendly old bum.
Hello there. Testing, testing. Yes, we're in business. Hello, everyone. Ooh-wee. What a fucking week! Am I right? God, this whole week, every day, there's been something. Let's see, we've got, everything that happened with, the He-Man reboot. Everyone was really looking forward to that. And, how did that turn out? Not good. Blizzard, a bunch of rapists. Activision Blizzard are rapists. I mean, I thought you would have figured that out already with how they've been raping World of Warcraft for all these years, but no. Apparently they've moved their sights onto people. Ah, God. And the actor from Better Call Saul had a fucking heart attack. And of course, yesterday was, fucking interesting. Fucking hell. Alright, I will give my final thoughts on, Algorithm Gate, or whatever you want to call it. And I'll say my piece and end it all on that, because I've said enough, or rather, Paul has said enough. We were running around at Voxis Productions yesterday, and you know, something is up when this channel puts out 2 videos in one day, and they're all done by the producer. Something's happened with the YouTube algorithm, or maybe a part of it, or maybe it's a separate thing. And it's attacking channels. Very, very strange. And after all that, because we figured, shit, we got to get the word out on this, because we did some further digging into it, and we thought, shit, we better spread some awareness, because no one else has picked up on this. I would have thought this is something like the Spiffing Brit. You know, that YouTuber who does videos on YouTube and the algorithm and all that. I thought, maybe he's picked up on it. But yesterday, his channel got deleted. Apparently, he fell for a scam, and his channel got deleted. Again, this fucking week. It's crazy. And so, sweating bullets. It was cortisol levels off the charts, running around freaking out about this channel, everyone else's channel, and the fate of YouTube. And I've had 4 hours sleep. It's fucking mental. But I wanted to do a live stream on Friday. And I said, never say never, but I said, I'm not going to do any more. E3's your lot, but, well, you're going to think I'm a daft old sort, but, I missed you all. I got lonely. Because, this is, nice interaction. And it's nice talking to you. I've got a really good community. This is the type of community money can't buy. I'm very thankful. And as yesterday has shown, you are all more than fans. You are friends. And in hard times, that's when you know who your friends are. And there's a lot of them. And the support you were giving me, because my channel got a strike and, it was all very scary and everything like that, was immense. So thank you. I must say thank you. Just bear with me 1 second. Some of you were very kind enough to send donations. You didn't have to, but you did. So I'll just read out the names of some people who donated, and so they get acknowledged. I won't give their full names for privacy's sake, but you know who you are. So if you've donated and you happen to come across this stream, this fucking thing will work. Here we go. Who we got? Yes. So I'm going to do a couple of shout outs to some of you who've been so kind. This fucking laptop. Again, I've been having problems with computers as well. The 2020 year review was meant to come out, and what fucking happened? The fucking editing computer swells up. the battery pack swells up and almost explodes. So Merrick, thank you for your donations. Mariella, the crazy Cuban lady, thank you for supporting me. Indigo Gaming, what a lad. What a lad. Thank you, Indigo Gaming. Eric, thank you. Terry, thanks ever so much appreciated. Andrew, thank you for your gift. Thanks for your support. Alexander, thank you. Who else we got? Colin, thank you, Colin. I'm sorry if I pronounced this wrong. Zitlalix Music, thank you. And this is a nice bouncy name. Sander Vandenbrand, thank you. Lisa, again, thank you. Victor and Paul Adrian, or Adrian Paul. You've got two first names. It's confusing. Victor and Paul, thank you. Another Victor, thank you. Victor M, shall we say. Thank you for your donations. Richard, thank you. Joseph, always a pleasure. Martin, RMB D, thank you again for supporting this channel. Daniel, and that's it for the time being. So thank you for those people for sending me money. You didn't have to. This channel is about entertaining people and all that, but yes, I see more people coming into the chat. We've got a good going. Oh, 780, 740. Lovely. So, what is the plan? Well, my friends, I thought, given the chaos of this week, because it has been chaotic, even after I get the video out going, whew, right, I hope the word gets out. Godspeed. I thought, I'm just going to take a break from all this. I'm going to sit down. What's this? Christopher Chandler? Why is he trending all of a sudden? What has that lovable autist done now? And then I looked into it. And then afterwards, like, oh my god, you motherfucker. Yes, there was a low-hanging fruit there. Yeah, that was crazy. That's ongoing. What did Chris Chandler... We'll talk about that. I mean, I wanted this to be, a nice, relaxing stream. I thought, let's relax. You know, it's been a crazy week. Let's put all our problems aside. Let's get a nice hot drink, maybe, sit down, chill. And I thought for this stream, we're gonna do that. The weight of the world, let's put it to one side. And so, what we're gonna do, we're gonna talk shit, we're gonna banter, we'll talk about all the hot topics this week. We'll watch some movie trailers that have dropped. Some of those movies I couldn't be asked to smack talk. And we'll go through trailers. And of course, it wouldn't be a Tosspot stream without some Chuck Tingle. Yes. But until then, let's get the nitty-gritty out the way. So, what the fuck happened to my channel and many other channels yesterday? Give me my hot drink. I mean, Paul has filled you in on the details. But as you know, this channel took a hit. The first time in years. Now, I've had copyright strikes and things like that, but never a community guideline strike. I think I've been very lucky in that regard. But it was the nature of the strike. Now, had my channel been struck by a human, and I had done an egregious community strike breach, I'm like, yeah, okay, fair enough, it's a fair cop, you got me. But this was not the case. There was something strange to this. And it hasn't just affected me, it's affected everyone else. So, I get flagged yesterday. My old Christmas 2015 video from 6 years ago, saying that it was flagged for violent organizations. And remember this phrase, because it's going to come up a lot. What could it be? I don't know. So, because this was my first chance, I was lucky. I got a warning. Hang on, bear with me 1 second. Sorry, I had a stuffy nose. Just as it was getting dramatic. Anyway, so, I get a strike, and it's the way the system works, for those of you who aren't content creators, you get a warning for your first offense, but after that, the warnings stick. So, had I breached this before, I would have had a proper warning, and I wouldn't be doing this stream. And I wouldn't be able to upload a video for a week. And if I get another strike, then I can't do it for something like 3 months. You get a proper timeout. And of course, the final strike requires you to look for another place to go. Anyway, this was a blow. I appealed, instantly rejected. And I would later find out why. Or at least I can surmise why. So, I get this community strike. It's my first ever. I've been told that my 2015 video is somehow supporting violent organizations. I don't know. It's a Christmas special. I was like, what the fuck? I'm going through it. Is it because I talk shit about Santa? Has Santa unionized? Has he turned his back on toys and gone into the drug cartel business? That's not snow on his boots. Anyway, I digress. Made no sense. And I looked into, again, I started to go down this rabbit hole. And like I said, the prevailing theme is 9/11. So, I've seen a lot of comments from people, and there's a lot of talk of YouTube is silencing 9/11 and all this stuff, and they're hunting free thinkers and things like that. to an extent, YouTube does purge channels, but generally, when it does these big purges, it's political purges. There tends to be a thread that they're all kind of connected to. They're part of a community, so people that the media would deem alt-right or incels or something, they get, purged and things like that. They disappear or get shadow banned, and this is a very real thing. But this doesn't quite follow that pattern. What it appears to be. And again, I can only surmise this. I've had to do a lot of digging, and because YouTube is completely lacking in transparency about their algorithm, because of trade secrets, whatever, we can only guess and try and look for patterns to help figure out why an algorithm is doing what it's doing. From what I can surmise, and from what limited research I could do, and taking data from other channels that have been hit by this, because I'm not the only one. Your Movie Sucks. I was lucky. I just got a warning. Your Movie Sucks has had quite a few hits to his channel with this flimsy thing. Because the bot hunts you down for clips of 9/11, whether it's a still image or a video. And another channel as well, unsubscribed, 3 of his videos got taken down for the same reason. Now, some people were saying, well, serves you right, you shouldn't be making edgy jokes about 9/11. Well, hold on there, friend. This bot does not care for context, and also, in terms of humour, I didn't make fun of the victims of 9/11 or anything like that. I wasn't saying, hey, look at those dead bastards, no. To give it proper context, and again, I posted a link to the BitChute video of it. The joke I make is that Christmas is very commercialised, Everyone's sticking tinsel and bells on everything to make it Christmassy, to feel Christmassy, even though it's heavily manufactured crap. It's heavily manufactured consumerist crap. And I say it doesn't work with everything. So, bleak things, you can dress it up as much as you can with Christmas crap, it doesn't make any better. Starving African child was one of them, and of course, 9/11. So at the Twin Towers, like, oh, isn't this good? The joke acknowledges the severity of 9/11. And if, I guess I want to be really edgy, I can say, well, fuck it doesn't matter anyway, freedom of speech, which again, is also valid. But, no, definitely did not make fun of 9/11, and certainly did not condone the Taliban, or whoever did 9/11. Put my tinfoil hat away. So, it baffles me why this had happened. And again, it happened to other people. Another thing as well, this video was 6 years old. So you don't have much of a chance. I mean, 6 years ago, the video would have been fine, but this terms of services or whatever always changed, so you're always going to get screwed retroactively. What was fine 6 years ago, when YouTube was a different cultural atmosphere, is going to change now. But that's beside the point. The point is figuring out this algorithm and what's happened using these bits and pieces. I don't have the full picture, but the picture I've managed to put together, and what made me go into overdrive with trying to get this information out to as many people as I could, is that it was enough to make me put it all together and go, oh my god. So here's what I think has happened. I think this is what's happened. It's the 20th anniversary of 9/11. It's coming up. It's a big event. And YouTube is also trying to crack down on extremist content, especially things with terrorism. And what YouTube would really hate, PR-wise, would be people who condone terrorism and things like that, to have clips and go, haha, 20 years ago, fuck you, and all that stuff. Because some people, horrible people, celebrate it. Terrorists celebrate it. ISIS and all that. They will use it in their promo videos and things like that. So, what probably happened was some intern probably changed a 1 to a 0 and set off this algorithm that was poorly formed. It was probably designed to seek out those who glorified what happened on 9/11, but it wasn't given all the information. And what we're seeing is an algorithm that is poorly formed with its data. So here's certain patterns that I noticed. It seems to attack review channels. Your movie sucks, my channel, and unsubscribed is reviews albums. It doesn't care about the context, whether it's a joke or whatever. It seems to, images, clips, still images. In my video, a still image was used. And even with tinsel on top of it, it still managed to recognize it. And the strike itself, violent organizations. Well, 9/11. What violent organizations can you think of? You think terrorists. So it's associating clips of 9/11 with terrorists. And it doesn't really care about the context of where it is in the show or episode or whatever, the video. Other people have chimed in comments saying, yeah, I mentioned 9/11, I had a clip of it, and now I've got a strike. The problem with the strike is whoever programmed this algorithm also programmed the appeal system. So they're tied into each other, clearly, because of the quick response. And the horrible thing is, it's one and done. You can't... This is the problem with YouTube as well, is not having a human involved. I'm seeing people having to go on Twitter, a third-party site, and pestering Team YouTube and other big YouTubers who have clout at YouTube, who can get people to look at their channels. Just reams and reams of tweets going, please look into my channel. Can I have a human look at this? I've tried to appeal... And I'm certainly at a loss because I don't do social media. For me, I try and avoid any website that begins with a T. They're all awful. Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, all that. Avoid it. You'll be a lot happier if you do. Almost at 1,000 viewers. Hello. So, this algorithm is attacking small and large channels, indiscriminately. You got a clip of 9/11, bam, you're dead. But another problem is, because the appeal is automated, you're gonna be stuck between a rock and a hard place. I had 7 days to appeal, and I thought, well, this is bullshit. This is very straightforward. But it's not properly analyzing. What's probably happening is, as soon as you appeal, the algorithm does its thing again. It goes, no, I'm in the right. You're a terrorist. Clearly, you get a community strike, terrorist. And you can't appeal it. Now, if you get multiple strikes, 3 and you're out. Or in my case, if I kept getting them. So a lot of channels might be in trouble. Because here's the thing about 9/11. It's a massive cultural and historical event. It's huge. It's in the public consciousness. It's history. Everyone says, where were you when 9/11 happened? I remember it. I do. I watched it unfold live on TV in Britain. The BBC had just got an emergency broadcast. I was like, what's this? And sure enough, there was this tower on fire. I was like, what the hell? This is live? Then the second one showed up. I was like, fuck. It was unreal. It was like something out of a movie. And it was horrible, of course. You're watching this burning building, you're like, fuck, there's people in there. And then it collapsed, which was fucking terrifying. But that's the thing. Out of all the things to program this bot for, something so significant, you're setting up many channels for a very big fall, aren't you? And that's where it clicked as well, that this algorithm is learning. And there's going to be 2 outcomes from this. Either YouTube gets wind of this and goes, oh, okay, we'll tweak this thing. But algorithms can be complicated. You've got all these sub-algorithms and all these nodes. Maybe it's a problem. Maybe there's this little thing that's glitched and is attacking the wrong content. But it's out there. the worst case scenario is this is a cascade event. Algorithms learn, and it's going to notice more patterns. As time goes on, it's going to start taking on more channels, and it's going to broaden its scope. So is it going to just stop at 9/11? Maybe airplanes are bad. Do you have a channel where you love airplanes? You're an airplane autist? Well, the bot's coming for you. There's a reason I made comparisons to the Terminator, because that's what it is. It's Skynet who sent the Terminator on a mission, but it's retarded. It's killing Con Jonna. It's terrible. But this could be a cascade event where it's learning this stuff, and it's going to broaden its scopes, and more channels get hit. And then, of course, as some of the videos have mentioned, it is the 20th anniversary. It's 2 months away. In those 2 months, it's going to grow, and it's going to learn. And of course, people are going to possibly bring up such an historical and eventful moment in history on their channels. You know, oh, it's that time of the year. Let's watch some other film or whatever. Maybe they'll show a clip or something. Suddenly, the bot's going to come for them. Loads of people are going to get strikes, and depending on what level they're at, if they've already had warnings before, if they've already got one warning for something else that a different algorithm did that fucked them over in a stupid way, because this happens a lot, they're gonna be fucked. So all you can do is spread awareness and, fix this stuff. But I was lucky. Your Movie Sucks wasn't. But more and more people are coming forward saying, yeah, this happened to me. And I've spread awareness. I've told people, look, you can't take any chances. Scour through your videos. And I've told people in this live chat as well, and I've got in touch with the creators, look, go through your videos. 1 second of a still image, it'll get you. So, yeah. I'm seeing a mixed bag of comments. Some people are saying, oh shit, that's terrible. YouTubers are going to suffer. And other people are going, oh shit, that's terrible. YouTubers are going to suffer. I'm going to grab the popcorn. This is going to be a fucking shit show. It's going to be like Ad Apocalypse. I mean, if this gets really out of hand, can you imagine the media shitstorm? Anniversary of 9/11. YouTubers having their channels deleted, footage of 9/11 destroyed. A lot of people obviously are saying, this is big tech trying to censor 9/11. Nah, you can't get rid of an event that big. You just can't. It's, like I said, it's in the public consciousness. They're not... People will notice that. What they will do is probably cultivate a lot of the content, certainly. When you type in 9/11, you get all the mainstream sources, CNN and things like that. But I think this was YouTube preparing for something. And YouTube is not infallible. They can fuck up, and they have done many times. And this is a result of one fuck up. They've released a dodgy algorithm, or tampered with the existing algorithm. Now we're all suffering. And you know what the weird thing is? That's not the only video of mine that makes reference to it. And again, it's not an edgy joke. I just acknowledge the event is very serious. And all I can think of is that these moments that have occurred, where I bring it up, might be a possible way to deflect the bot. But again, if it is learning, it might come back for me again. And if it strikes those videos, then I'm in trouble. In my Neil Breen video, I make mention of it. There's a still image, but it is covered up with filters. There's a frame, and it's quite small. So I think that it can't quite recognize the image. So I think I'm okay in that regard. And that came out this year. I think YouTube throttled the numbers, right? But that came out this year. Second one was Neocron, and I say the meme. Jet fuel melting steel beams. Again, that wasn't taken down. But the reason for that might be because I think a moderator bot has already swept through. Because recently, the Neocron video got age restricted. Which is a bit of a pain in the ass, I'll admit. But I'm willing to overlook it because there was a red light district in the game, and I did show it. And there was a shitting table joke in the credits, so, that's on me. Yeah. But in regards in regards to why I think the bot didn't attack it then was because a bot has already flagged it, and if it's age restricted, then the bot is willing to overlook it. I don't know. Like I said, we can only theorize and surmise because that's how these algorithms work. It's hard to put two and two together. We can only get pieces of information and do what we can with it and experiment. Some people saying Red Letter Media hasn't been taken down. Maybe it's just my channel. It's not my channel, though. It's not just my channel. Other channels are reporting it. Like I said, I looked into it. I was checking out different Reddits. Someone a few days ago had one of their Minecraft videos taken down. And again, what was it taken down for? Violent organizations. Clearly a glitch. There's some part of the algorithm that is flagging the wrong things, believing that it's supporting terrorists and advocating for them. So, yes, so I've taken a strike. It's permanent. So I don't have that extra buffer, all because of a glitch, all because of YouTube. And of course, yes, I say some edgy things from time to time. But people can see that it is satire. I've gotten away with a lot, but none of the stuff I do comes from a place of malice, and I think people are smart enough to see that. And when it comes to who I make fun of, well, I was thinking about this the other day. Who haven't I made fun of? Let's say I've taken the piss out of Muslims, Jews, Catholic priests. I've made fun of them. Lesbians, gays. Have I done transsexuals? I don't know. My fellow British men. Australians, have I made fun of them yet? I'm not sure. Gypsies, definitely. I've made fun of gypsies. Yeah, Germans as well. Canadians? I'm not sure. But certainly, I'm an egalitarian with my smack talking, I believe. Yeah, everyone gets attacked. I come out to the shadows and I nibble on your ankles. And then I fuck off. So yeah. Obviously, it does raise concerns about the future of the channel. With the way YouTube operates and its algorithms and changing policies and its double standards. It's not a good platform, but it's the only platform, really. There's a monopoly. No other website's been able to compete. I remember things like VidMe. That was supposed to be a YouTube contender. Died like a year later. So I'm on BitChute. I set up my BitChute 2 years ago. Properly backed up everything on there a year ago. Took me ages. Because the upload system on BitChute is shit. And BitChute itself is just... It's not that great, I'll be honest. And other people have said, no, don't go on BitChute. Shit, they've been censoring people now. And you can't do live streams. Oh, great. So I'm on BitChute, but I don't think it's going to really challenge YouTube. And obviously there is the stigma of BitChute. That's where all the political dissidents and refugees go. Oh no, you don't say the bad words, you go on BitChute. Or Odyssey. But I just feel that this is just going to continue. You know, a year down the line, people say, oh, yeah, don't go on Odyssey, it's shit. They haven't got the infrastructure. Go on this thing, this will rival YouTube. At the end of the day, YouTube is huge. And it's where a lot of media is consolidated. And for content creators, you want to go to a place that's going to give you the most exposure. You work hard. And yes, there are communities on BitChute and Odyssey, but usually those communities have been formed on YouTube, and they've had an exodus onto those platforms. There's a monopoly, and it's really hard to compete with YouTube. They've got the Google book, bucks, haven't they? A lot of money. When YouTube first started, it was run at a loss, and Google had to pick it up, and now there's a reason you got all these fucking advertisements constantly. To keep it afloat, it's very expensive to maintain the infrastructure. Terabytes and terabytes of videos uploaded every day. It's immense. It's not easy to make competition. And other websites integrate YouTube. No, if you want to embed a video, it's YouTube or nothing. It sucks, but that's how it is. But yes, but I'm okay for the time being. I'm going to fight the good fight. I don't want to have to run off to another platform. Everyone's doing that now. I think a few of us need to stay behind and fight and say, no, I'm sticking to my guns. I'm staying put. Can't deal with me? Fuck you. Maybe more people will have the same conviction and go, no, I'm going to try and sort this out. Let's see if actually we can rattle some cages, get YouTube to change some of its policies. So, yes. Right, well. Enough of that. I'll say no more on the algorithm. Just be aware. Make sure your content is safe. Right. In the meantime, I thought it would be prudent to check in on our resident Bigfoot expert, Peter Kane, who is going to regale us with his latest hairy close encounters. Enjoy.
About a week ago, I was right over there by that line of trees, and I was looking for my phone, and I found my phone, and right when I found my phone, I got bum rushed by a female Bigfoot. She drug me into the woods and started carrying me sort of like a sack of potatoes. And I shit you not, she was running 45 miles an hour up hills and stuff. I couldn't get away. I was stuck. We get back to the Sasquatch den, and that's when it got really weird. She made me take off my clothes. I didn't want to take them off, Are you kidding me? I did not want to take them off, and she made me strip naked. And then she picks me up and starts carrying me like a baby. And no, I didn't get a boner. It moved a little bit, but then it dawned on me, it's like fucking a Sasquatch? That would be like fucking, a German woman. A real hairy German woman? No, thank you. So she's carried me like this, and I can tell she wants me to breastfeed. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that, I'm very clear. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have anything to do with that. So she takes her hands and she opens my mouth like that and puts it on her breast and pushes down. And I didn't want to do it. I swear to God. I didn't want to do it. And since I had my phone, I did get a quick video. Check it out. Oh, please let me go. I won't tell anybody, I promise. Please let me go. See, I didn't want to do it. This is not anything that was fun. It was horrible. It gets worse. Right? Right after I've drank like a gallon of her... By the way, it does taste like honey. It does. It's delicious. But after I drank like a gallon of it, I'm feeling kind of sick. Here comes a male Sasquatch, carrying a cub with him. And the cub's about my size, She just fucking throws me on the floor like I'm a piece of trash or something. She doesn't care about me anymore. Her cub's back. She wanted to raise me like Wild Boy or something. She wanted to make me hers. That's not the way that it works. I had no other choice in the matter. And then as I'm sitting there, I'm, sitting with my ass on the ground, I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm feeling rejected, but like, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough now. The male Bigfoot picks me up and just throws me out of the den. Remember, I don't have any clothes. She made me take them off and I left them in the den. So then I had to walk home. It was humiliating. It's humiliating. I got one picture and one video and that's it. So check them out again. Here's the video.
No, please let me go. I won't tell anybody, I promise. Please let me go.
And here's the picture. It was horrible, but it was also very delicious. Sasquatch milk, not bad.
Oh, boy. Hard to top that. Hello to those who've just joined us. The stream is well underway. Like I said, get yourself comfy. Get some drinks in. We'll play... we'll play a drinking game. We're going to look at some movie trailers and things like that. But also, this is just a stream where we can just chill out Saturday night, get some drinks on, get some banter going. Hello to those of you who've just joined us. What the fuck? There's a man sucking on a Yeti titty. Welcome to Voxis Productions, I say. Oh, crikey. Yes. This week in events, it's been mental. Crazy. Whole world's gone mad. I mean, there's so much going on. What are people saying in chat? He got Luke Skywalker, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bloody, yeah. Well, thanks for the flashback to that crap. What even is going on with Star Wars anymore? Or Disney, for that matter. Just producing crap. A lot of you have obviously been asking about the 2020 year review, and I am sorry about the delays. It's awful. The amount of real-life shit that has gotten in the way. I've been looking at some of the scripts and things, and videos that I'm working on, and I don't think I have to cut anything. I think I should be fine when it comes to avoiding the YouTube algorithm. But you never know. You never know. What was I about to say? Yes, the 2020 year review. Oh, fucking sinuses. This is 4 hours sleep. I feel like shit. There you go. Some snot ASMR for you. Yeah. Fucking hell. What a rough night. Rough night. Wasn't even doing drugs and hookers or anything like that. No. It's up all night going, no, Paul. Paul, edit that bit. Cut that bit. What's this? Shit. But yes, I'm sorry for the... It's created a bit of a bottleneck, this 2020 year review, because there's so many other things that I want to cover. Like Cruella. And June is coming out later this year. And we'll watch the trailer for that as well. Got some more people joining us. 1,000 people. Hello. To all the people who are here from all walks of life. Whether you be newbies, oldies, people who've just stumbled here by mistake and saw a man sucking on a tit. If you come from the Kiwi Farms or 4chan or any other dark corners of the internet, then hello and welcome. We're going to talk some shit. It's a cozy stream. Oh, another thing as well. This happens every stream, but someone says, I can't send a super chat. We don't do super chats. Channel's not monetized. Can't do super chats. So, if you want to stand out, you got to be really witty. So, I want to talk about something. Something a bit dark. I know. This was meant to be a very relaxed, chill stream, but recent events have made me go, oh, God, what crazy world we live in. I think you know who I'm talking about. I'm gonna watch a little video, if you don't mind. And just, it's a way of helping you visualize a kind of fall from grace. as it were. So, let's have a look.
We've got a little more for you, including what Sonic the Hedgehog means to a very special Charlottesville boy, and the significance goes way beyond a high score in videos. Finally tonight, Sonic the Hedgehog is running wildly in the Chandler household this weekend. 12-year-old Christian Chandler of Charlottesville was the winner in a video game shopping spree. Christian is one of only about 100 winners nationally to receive $1,000 worth of Sega games and equipment. For his parents, it's just another example of how well he's doing. Christian is a high-functioning autistic child. This past fall, on his own initiative, he entered a contest based on a favorite cartoon character.
What I had to do was exactly watch Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon, and I'd listen to what Sonic says at the end of it and write it down for a whole week, and then I had to mail it in, and I had to be drawn out of a hat, and I just won.
And Christian's father says it only takes a few hours for him to master an electronic game and then move on to another. I can't master any of them. That's it for now, and it's just coming up on the NBA basketball game at 5:30. It's not 6:30, it's 5:30. We'll see you back here at 11. Thanks for watching.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Look at that face. Just a kid, heavily autistic kid, who loves his Sonic, and would later go on to love other classics like Pokemon. What the fuck are you talking about, Tosspot? Talking about Christian Chandler, or Christine, as they like to be known, or she likes to be known. Who could foresee what would happen to this child years and years down the line? Oh, sorry, had my mic turned off. This requires a lot of mental preparation. So yes, Chris Chan. Who is Chris Chan? Well, the name is quite infamous. You may have seen it, maybe seen some memes. I mean, for me, I always saw this grown man with a fucking really bad necklace as some sort of meme. I couldn't really care less. I don't get these references. What is it? Yeah, not too bothered. But I hear the stories that people tell me about Chris Chandler, what this dopey little boy grew up to be. And what he grew up to be was a fucking degenerate. Oh yes, Chris and his exploits in the world of autism and neuroses and just general, what you would call a lolcow status. It is a big part of internet culture. Now, Chris Chan has done so much weird shit that it beggars belief. And there is a YouTube channel dedicated to his exploits that still isn't done cataloging all the crazy stuff he did. But what Chris Chan is known for, or was before events took a change, he was basically a heavily autistic guy who gained infamy for his fan creations. He's a huge fan of Sonic, of Pikachu from Pokemon, and he wanted to combine them to Sonic Chew, and it was born. He was very passionate about his original creation, Sonic Chew, and he was passionate about it. He had conviction. He would go onto YouTube and express his love for these franchises. Problem is, he was really autistic, and he was crazy. Over the years, he would become more narcissistic. Over the years, he would develop strange habits. And over the years, he would commit something so heinous that it's so vile that people find out about it on social media and go, no, surely not. And their stomachs churn. How did it come to pass? This boy would become so vile. Who can say? I'm not a fucking psychologist. But what is clear is that the internet has recently been rocked by his exploits. Now, Chris Chan is a lolcow. What is a lolcow? It's basically someone who puts themselves out there on the internet and becomes the source of ridicule. Now, for some, they can't take it and they slink away. Oh, God, I gotta rethink how I present myself online. For others, they revel in it. For some, they don't stop, but they get angrier. They get in people's faces. They get into the faces of the trolls. They get more angry. And in their anger, they do more fuck-ups. And that just creates more content for people to point and laugh. But that's the internet for you. Chris Chan and his autism knew no bounds. I know of his exploits. The things people have shown me, what I've gathered, and I've... you think, what the fuck? Who is this guy? Chris, I will list some of his exploits. Chris had a blow-up doll and posted videos of himself, a grown man, fucking a blow-up doll and spinning it on his phallus like a helicopter. He has been known to sell questionable merchandise. Basically, plasticine necklaces of his Sonic Chew creation. And he sells them on Etsy, and quite frankly, he sells them at extortionate prices. They look like shit, and half the time, you won't even get what you paid for. To give some context to his life situation, his father passed away, and he's left with his doddering old mother, who is quite advanced in her years. She had Chris when she was 40. She's an old lady now, 80, rocked with dementia, and they live in a house that is filled with crap because his mother and father were hoarders. It's quite sad. This is a recipe for abnormal behavior, especially when it comes to putting up videos cursing Nintendo or Sony because you fucked up Sonic or a video game character that he likes. And let's not forget, he's transitioning as well at some point. In his loneliness, he thought, oh, I can't get a girlfriend, so I'll become the girlfriend. And at one point, oh God, I want to say you can look up this stuff, but at the same time, I want to say, I don't want you to look up this stuff. One point, as he's transitioning into womanhood, he got a cut in his taint. That special area between the scrotal sac and the anus. And with this tear, he thought he had basically got a neo-vagina. This was a new type of vagina that he had. And then, to commemorate it, he pierced it. He pierced his taint, a wound in his taint. And it got infected. Jesus Christ, I said this would be a comfy stream. He also hit a dude with his car. He just ran over a bloke. Got away with it too. those are just some of the exploits. He's done so much crazy stuff. You see videos and clips and things. His house has got the kind of hallmark punched walls. You know, heavily autistic people, when they get frustrated, they punch walls and make holes. There's loads of them in this cramped little house. Now, Chris's infamy has grown online with his outbursts and strange behaviour, his bizarre creations, artwork, if you will. It's a fantastic sonic, I suppose, totem pole. You just gotta see. But recently things have been getting very dark. Now, as I said, Chris is well known on the internet. In fact, he is the reason a very popular website exists. I think you know the one I'm talking about, Kiwi Farms. He started that, and Kiwi Farms over time grew and took in other people of similar ilk, other, how can I put this, other mentally divergent characters, or lolcows. These were other people who were unhinged and unsavory. And the users of Kiwi Farms would catalogue their exploits. Basically, it was kind of like a circus. And it's still being run to this day by its creator, Null. Just trying to give a bit of context for those who don't know all about this stuff. It's quite meaty. And so, Null has gotten involved with Christine. Oh, fuck it. I don't know why I'm giving him it's the time of day, quite frankly. I shouldn't be honouring these names, but because what happened was, because Chris is mentally unwell, he's heavily autistic, and there's something definitely wrong with him, trolls and things like that would bait him. At one point, he got extorted for $6,000. There have been times he's had to e-beg, and so Null... Some people think Null is exploiting Chris, using him to, really help the content of his website, things like that. I don't think that's the case, in my opinion. I think Null genuinely thinks that Chris was someone he could fix, and sure enough, Chris got involved in his life, even helped him with his finances. And stopped him from getting bullied too much. Because the thing about Chris Chan, I guess a good analogy would be, he's like that special needs kid in the playground. The one who eats worms. And the kids see him eat worms, oh, he's doing that, and it's gross and it's weird, but the special needs kids, he likes the attention. He's famous. And the kids goad him into doing more extreme stuff. Yeah, do this, and they encourage him. And some of these trolls did that. They took him down some dark paths. They made him do stupid stuff, and they filmed him, and they ridiculed him, or they just got into his head. Some of them made him think he was possessed by the spirit of Sonic Chew. That's the internet for you. There are some people who work in bad faith, but Chris is not an innocent soul. He's disturbed. He has problems. And he grew up in a pretty chaotic household. It's kind of tragic. But the tragedy escalated. The tragedy of his life. And it has come to a certain point. And that point is that Chris is an awful, awful motherfucker. Literally, a motherfucker. See, this week it's the Olympics. You would think that'd be trending on Twitter. Look, England's got gold. Ooh, Tokyo is having lots of medals being won. Japan Yeah, the Japanese team, they're getting gold medals. You think people were talking about that, but no. What's trending is Chris Chan having sex with his 80-year-old mother who has dementia. And of course, people can't believe what they're seeing. And then the evidence came forward. Audio confession, as well as text. And sure enough, he talks about how he sexually abuses his 80-year-old mother who has dementia. And it's a recent thing, though some people have uncovered evidence of him, being a bit flirty with his own mother. And she's not of sound mind, but yes, at least there have been a few occasions, and he's detailed this, that he has had sex with his mother. Which raises all sorts of strange issues. Such as, well, in a legal sense, is the mother consenting? Well, clearly not, she's got dementia. In which case, and even if she was consenting, it's still incest. And what's going to happen to Chris? He's going to go to prison? He's mentally defective. Are they just going to say, yeah, that's fine? But I think it was a shock. At the same time, people were like, they were surprised, but at the same time they weren't. For some, they thought, well, no, this is too far out of the realm of possibility, but he is messed up and his mental state has declined over the years. But it's a far cry from that dough-faced boy of 12 years old who liked Sonic. Now, he's a rapist and he's having sex with his mother. And someone quite rightly said on Kiwi Farms, which is seeing a massive boom in new members. I'm paraphrasing here. Although Chris's father is watching from heaven, he is in hell. It's fucking bizarre. This whole thing, given Chris's exploits into weird, is, but what strikes me as really jarring about this is it's like a bad, dark punchline, where it just sucks the air out of the room. A friend comes up to you. Sorry, I got a bit of stuffy nose. Ugh, allergies. Ugh. Friend comes up to you and says, did you hear about Christian? Oh, what has he done this time? He pierced his taint hole. What? It's mental. Yeah. You know those clay medallions he's got of Sonic Jew? He's been breaking them into pieces and sticking them up his ass. What? That's mental. Yeah. And get this. He raped his mother. What? Yeah. He raped his 80-year-old mother with dementia. She wasn't... Yeah. Yeah. See what I mean? It took a dark turn. This was a movie. This would be the moment the music stops at the elegant dinner party and the guests are speechless and they're looking on in horror. And sure enough, a lot of people are talking about this. It's big. As I said, Kiwi Farms is now seeing 12,000 at least new accounts. And everyone's talking about this. How could this internet meme turn so dark? And this is going to be ongoing. There's going to be people want to know about the court case. People are going to want to see if he gets freed. What's going to happen with Barb, his mother? But it's dark. And the image of this autistic guy who was a lolcow is tainted forever. For some of the little Zoomers and Millennials, this is their equivalent of 9/11. Where were you when Chris fucked his mum? And sure enough, people are gonna be exploiting this as well. I know on the 4chan business board, they've created a cryptocurrency to commemorate it. That's the state of society. When there's a big event, usually you get a commemorative plate or something, you know, like a royal wedding. Grandma buys one of those plates and says, "Oh, it will appreciate in value someday." Now, this is the modern world. You commemorate incest with a new cryptocurrency. Clown world. And also check this out as well. This, if you want an investment, then feast your eyes on this. On eBay, people are selling that's right, an actual, authentic Christian necklace. 500 pounds for that piece of shit. And there's a certificate of authenticity. Yeah, there you go. Medallion type Sonic Tube, product number 160 of 200, limited edition. I fucking wouldn't want one of these. That thing's cursed. It's got the soul of Barb trapped in there. Crazy. Why? There might be collectors for it. Who knows what happens to him? But, yeah, people are selling... That's not worth 500. It's just Play-Doh stuck together, but... It's internet iconography. You can get action figures. Look. There he is. Clay figure. Classic era. Custom. This is classic Chris Chan. Not what he turned into now. Crazy. Crazy. I couldn't believe it. Still, though, Activision Blizzard must be fucking loving this. They're thinking, oh, all this pressure, we're getting sued for sexual harassment. People are going to look into that woman who committed suicide because we shared her nudes at a Christmas party. And then Chris Chan comes along. And that's the perfect distraction. The heads at Activision, the CEOs and stuff, they must be thinking, oh yeah, that'll do. Yep. Yeah, focus on that. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot to process. It's very strange. Like I said, it's a very dark punchline to a very sad joke. There will be other lolcows, but certainly this is one that's been around for a while. But everyone's abandoning him. No one wants to be associated with that. In time, his name will not be one that you can joke about, be sad about, but more disturbed and disgusted. And as for Null, recently he posted on the Kiwi Farms that he's cut all ties with him. Rightly so. Well, you would have thought he would have cut ties as soon as it came to the attention of the police that he was having sex with his mother, but Null still tried to make him see the error of his ways. And he tried to give him one last bit of help, which was try and get a roof over your head and contemplate what you've done. But Null has been taking care of Chris's finances ever since the trolls tried to exploit him. And it turned out Chris not only rapes his mother, he steals from her. And it came to Null's attention that despite the police intervening and separating them, he stole $750 from his demented mother's bank account and is using it to spend it on whatever. And it's, in some ways, kind of sad. I can see that Null, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. He thought he could fix him. But some people you can't fix. You can't help them. You can't make them mend the error of their ways. They are fundamentally broken. And that is the sad truth of that, really. He was just someone who was really autistic, but then over time got warped and turned into a monster. Now loads of people are wondering, how could this happen? Well, the fact is, was it his parents? Was it a natural inclination? Was it internet and the fame? Did that do something? Maybe it was all three. But the fact remains, Christian has traumatized the internet. Just when you thought he couldn't outdo himself, he does something really repugnant. Well, so much for a chill stream. Oh, my. Internet's a weird place. There'll be others. The internet has gotten so invasive and involved in people's lives that there will be another person transformed by internet fame and circumstances into a real vile piece of shit. But hopefully this serves as a lesson. A very sad lesson. But I don't care for this guy anymore. I never did in the first place. It's just an internet meme, but to have something so vulgar happen and just, top off the week. Hats off to you, Chris. We're going to take a break. And in doing so, I would like a song to commemorate Chris Chan.
I try to live my life every day. Keep out of strife, come what may. I try to do unto others as I'd have them do to me. But it can't be done for everyone, and now it's plain to see. You are a cunt, 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 cunt. If that's stinking cunt, say it ain't true, but he'll tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, 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 motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a big fat stinking cunt. I try to be real nice, say it twice, be real nice, even though it is hard to keep up this facade. And now I see, dearie me, what a hassle this would be. I'm out of luck, don't give a fuck, cause you're the cunt, not me.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, dickhead?
You are a cunt, 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 cunt. Big fat stinking cunt. You say it ain't true, but I'm gonna tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, 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 cunt. Motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a big fat stinking cunt. Why don't you shut that scabby cunt mouth before I fuck up your face?
Fuck out of my goddamn fucking face. Whatever.
I try to be real nice, say it twice, good advice, even though it's futile. Fucking imbecile. I don't know why I try to deny this nagging itch. You maniac, gonna get you back, you fucking son of a bitch. You are a cunt, 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 a big fat stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, and he'll tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, 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 motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a big fat stinking cunt.
Welcome back to those joining us. Kiwi Farms and Chill. Yes, it's probably quite apt. To be fair to Kiwi Farms, 4chan and all that, they get a lot of flack. And usually when someone says, gotta avoid these places. You gotta avoid that person. Why? Well, because they're sexist, they're homophobic, they're racist. And I immediately think, they must have a good sense of humor. It's usually the case. Uninhibited people. And certainly Kiwi Farms and 4chan, they're kind of a remnant of the old internet before anonymity went out the window, before social media. Now everyone is tied to everything technologically. You know, they use their real face. You can learn so much about them. It's why Kiwi Farms gets all the information they do. People willingly give out details about their lives that allow them to be doxxed and things like that. And 4chan and Kiwi Farms, they espouse the idea of embrace anonymity. Don't put your life on the internet for everyone to see. You know, there was a time where there was the meme of the internet is serious business. You know, everyone loved it. Yeah, it's the internet. But now, it's no longer a meme. The internet is serious business. And with places like 4chan and things like that, it's kind of the last bastion of freedom. And of course, these websites get flack. They're told, that's where all the degenerates go, that's where all the bullies go. That's simply not true. I mean, to some extent, there are a lot of maladjusted people on those websites, but you could say that about any website. That's the internet. It brings out antisocial people. And really, the web, certainly on 4chan, the parts that gain the most grief from mainstream media are things like the random board, and of course Poll, politically incorrect, where they have the best fucking jokes. But that's only a small part of the website. That's the thing. The politically incorrect board is right next to the origami board. It's a hobbyist website. There's all sorts of hobbies. And what's really good is you can really throw some people and say, actually, 4chan's quite progressive. What? No, they're fucking trolls and insults. But they have an LGBT board. Sure enough, they do. It's a website like any other. And Kiwi Farms similarly gets flack. People say, they're bullies. They dox people. And the thing about the whole doxing argument is, for one, as far as I know, legal sense, doxing is not illegal. Because in order for them to dox, unless that information is acquired from hacking, then it is illegal. But that's not the same as doxing. That's hacking. But getting people's personal information that they've put out on social media, well, of course, you can't say it's Kiwi Farms, though. If you're putting stuff out there and believing that the internet is this nice place where you all hold hands under a rainbow, well, of course your information's going to get out. And especially if you're an asshole. In some ways, Kiwi Farms does a service by shining the spotlight on some really horrible people who need their comeuppance and show people who aren't aware of them that they're bad in the things they've done. Kiwi Farms, to me, is like an autistic detective agency. They do a lot of research. And indeed, a lot of content creators go to Kiwi Farms and go through their archives for research. So I think some of these websites do get a distorted representation. You know, they're all made out to be degenerates, but actually I would argue this. Throat's getting a bit coarse. I would argue this. The website with the most degenerates is Reddit. Think about it, mathematically speaking. It's one of the most popular websites on the internet. And it has subforums, hundreds of them. All of them, well, not all of them, but a lot of subreddits are to do with fetishes. If you want degeneracy, Reddit is the place to go. There's people who eat shit on Reddit. They talk about their experiences of it. Every weird, fucked up fetish. There's a Reddit board for it. You want to see degeneracy? Yeah, no. Don't go to Kiwi Farms. You don't get a fortune. You go back to Reddit. Ooh. I've seen just the weirdest shit posted on there. And, mathematically speaking, there's more people there. So, there's more degenerates. You know, per capita, the degenerates of the internet, there's a lot of them on Reddit. And a lot of them eat shit. And as some people have mentioned, yes, Reddit's an echo chamber and doesn't have as much freedom of speech as those other websites. So, yeah. Right. Shall we play a game? A drinking game. Well, hypothetical drinking game. I gotta cover my ass. So, hypothetically speaking, if you hypothetically have a drink nearby, hypothetically grab it. Now, I gotta warn you. This is gonna be a bit intense. Don't overdo it. You ready for this? So I said we'd watch some trailers. A lot of new movies have come out. I'm gonna look at one in particular. Let's get it fired up. Mm-hmm. And, you gotta take a shot, hypothetically. Gotta take a shot every time there's a reference. You ready for this? And, of course, there's a chance to see the trailer. We need a drink after Chris Chan. Yes, yes, you do. You ready? Okay.
You're a great mom.
I don't know. I'm fine with Trevor, but with Phoebe, she really keeps me on the outside.
That's normal. She's an awkward, nerdy kid.
Maybe a new home could be an opportunity to start fresh. I just wish she'd get into some trouble.
There's still time.
There you go. There's your first drink. Proton pack. Yes. Ghostbusters Afterlife, or as people have called it, Stranger Things with proton packs. Yeah. It's another reboot, sequel reboot. Alright, one down. You taking it? Let's go.
What are you doing here in Somerville anyway?
We're completely broke, and our grandfather left us this creepy old farmhouse in the middle of nowhere.
Your father wasn't
Oh, there we go. Take another one. See, it's related to the original Ghostbusters, when people had original ideas, and not everything was a fucking sequel. Yeah. So as you may have noticed, we all know what happened with the 2016 Ghostbuster movie. It's gonna bring back the franchise, revitalize it. And what we got was a cinematic abortion. It was awful. Female reboot of Ghostbusters, but comedy. But, we forgot to write any fucking jokes. And, no one can act. And it's nothing like the original. It doesn't have the same energy, feel of it. But for some reason, the studio heads didn't get the hint that maybe you should let some franchises, die. Everything has to be immortalized now. Everything has to keep going until the original makes no sense anymore. And so this strikes me as kind of reboot bingo. You're gonna have old characters brought back. But this is they're trying to get the Stranger Things audience. That much is clear. You don't have a city setting with the Ghostbusters hunting down ghosts. You have a small sleepy town. Strange goings on. quirky, possibly autistic little girl. And of course, one of the main characters from Stranger Things. Yeah. And this was meant to come out a couple of years ago as well, but COVID delayed it, but it didn't kill it. Got your drink ready?
Much of a homemaker. He could hardly.
And here we go. Take another one. It's the receptionist. And of course, in typical fashion, you gotta bring back the old actors in the reboots, passing on the torch and all that shit. Now you might be thinking, look, this is unfair. Of course there's gonna be references. Of course, you gotta keep it set in the universe, but I often wonder, when they're writing the scripts, does someone go, can you write this in so we can show it in the trailer to get people invested? And I think that might be the case. How many references is too much, and how many are you going to cram into a trailer? You know, if you're having callbacks for the sake of callbacks, it's usually to fill the holes in the writing. Drinks at the ready. We've got, 3 shots now? Let's go.
They keep the power on.
You're saying he left us nothing?
Well, I wouldn't say nothing.
It's the symbol. Go on. Take another shot. I told you this would be intense. We're at 4 now.
You went with the station wagon?
It's the only one that had an engine.
Hey, it's the Ghostmobile. Go again. I'm sorry for your liver. Yeah, I'm sorry. I warned you. Hypothetically speaking, none of you are actually drinking, are you? Oh dear. Still got a minute, half to go. This is gonna be pretty fucking intense.
What is happening here?
Somehow, the town with no fault lines is shaking on a daily basis.
Maybe it's the apocalypse. Egon came out here.
Drink. There we go. This Thanksgiving, are you thankful? You're thankful that a beloved franchise is still getting the old treatment of reboots? I'm not.
Here for a reason.
Are you troubled by strange noise?
Reference to the old film, and that's a bit more blatant. Here you go again. Come on. Yeah, it's all that. I know that reference. Look, it's Ghostbusters. I hope this. We know how it's going to turn out. The writing's on the wall. Kid Ghostbusters, with lots of references to remind you that, you know, you enjoyed this when you were a kid. Get the nostalgia neurons firing up. Doesn't it remind you of better times? We're getting kind of used to this by now, I think. Old franchises being brought back in this fashion. You still sober? All right, here we go.
Noises in the middle of the night. You experience
props. That's usually a thing. A lot of the callbacks are just props. Things like that. Look at this thing. You wave it in front of your eyes like a parent with a set of keys in front of you. Yeah. Don't look at. Yeah, try not to notice the bad acting. You know, it's still the Ghostbuster universe. It's all good.
Experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic? Have you or any of your
drink? I won't make you drink.
Family ever seen a spook?
Because there's several of them. You don't drink for each pastry puff person. And again, this is just thrown in to be recognizable. I can't remember the name of the weird pop and fresh thing. The name of that brand that was in the first Ghostbusters. But in context, why are those little guys around there? Is it because someone was thinking of them? Because in the first Ghostbusters, one of the Ghostbusters has been told, you know, choose the form of your destructor, and he goes for something inoffensive, and he goes for these little guys. But I don't think that's going to be the case. I think this is just pure pandering.
Spectre or ghost?
Oh my god.
Drink. I think this is who was the bad guy in the first Ghostbusters? Zool. He had all these stormy clouds and souls and bringing the dead back. Can't come up with a new original character. You gotta do an Emperor Palpatine. No one's ever truly gone.
You guys hear that?
Something's coming.
That's Zool, isn't it? I suppose drink.
The whole city. It's like The Walking Dead.
Drink. Oh, and they got the goggles as well. Double drink. Proton pack. Drink. And the slimy green ghost. Have another one. Don't die!
Ghostbusters, we're ready to believe
Ah, poor bastards.
you.
We're closed.
Yeah, they've got, well, it's most of the original casting. Yeah, they've got Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray, certainly. I've checked the IMDb, they're back. It's this kind of geriatric fan service, or grand service, as I call it. You gotta, even if, everyone's fucking old, and a couple years away from a Zimmer frame, still gotta drag him in. Just wave the paycheck. Same thing with Terminator. Everyone was... No one should be fighting robots when they look like they're about to fill their colostomy bag. It just doesn't work. There we go. Yeah. Is everyone alright? No one's died of alcohol poisoning. Bloody hell, yeah. I got a question for you. So that's going to be coming out Thanksgiving. But I got a question for you. Is that going to have the same cultural impact that the first Ghostbusters had? Or is that just going to get forgotten in a month, like all the other reboots? Everyone will do the YouTube videos and go, oh, it's not like the original, this sucks, it doesn't hold a candle. It's probably going to be the latter, isn't it? And that's the sad thing, this cultural stagnation that we're going through. And it's in overdrive. I thought maybe COVID would have rearranged things in Hollywood, but no, they're doubling down on the sequels and reboots. For however long it takes, really. Bear with me 1 second. I've got a very stuffy nose. Keep getting the snot stuck in my mustache. Alright, where was I? Yeah. Yeah. In the industry, they call them pre-bought franchises. They might call it some other name, but they always do this because the idea is it's more expensive to come up with an original IP. And marketing is also expensive, so you have to go for something that's recognizable. So that's why you're going to get these Fast and Furious films. That's why we ain't done with Predator 4 or 5. There'll be a 6 and a 7 for as long as we can milk an IP and it has that brand recognition. And that's how the industry's running, because it's a business at the end of the day. The problem is it's a copy of a copy. And we're seeing this over and over again, where a franchise that ended 30 years ago or something is being brought back. But it will never have the same quality of the original, because the original people who made it aren't there anymore. It's usually handed to someone who may not even care for the franchise. And they're just doing it because they want the clout. They say, yeah, I'm working on this big franchise. I'm part of it. I'm part of its legacy now. While doing fuck all. Never doing the legwork that established that franchise in the first place. rant over. Now, speaking of old things that won't die in a blast from the past, there's another sequel. This one's a bit sad. But check it out. From a bygone era, mostly made redundant with YouTube and the modern pranking era. But for some of you, you may recognize these old fogies attempting stunts.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day.
Hello, I'm Johnny Knoxville. Welcome to Jackass.
Oh, God, look at that. Do you feel old yet? I hope Johnny Knoxville's dyed his hair, because that's just sad otherwise. Yep, Jackass 4. Did you notice in the old clips as well, they didn't show Bam Margera? Yeah, he's no longer invited to Jackass-related stuff. They've had a falling out. Apparently Bam fell off the wagon. With drugs and all that. But yeah, Jackass, they're doing a fourth one. While missing some of the... Obviously there was Mr. Ryan Dunn, I believe his name is, who died tragically in a car crash, so... They're down to Jackass, but yes... A relic from long ago. Jackass. Do you remember Jackass? I remember. That kind of late 90s, early... skater culture. And the thing about Jackass was, it was a product of its time. You can create this now. The stunts that are done in Jackass, people do that on YouTube for a whim. But back in the early 2000s, a bunch of guys with a VHS camera doing painful stunts. It was a laugh riot. To be honest, people were a lot simpler and stupider back then. But yep, let's have a look.
A lot of people ask, what will Jackass be like once we're older? Well, it'll get more mature.
The faster you pedal your bike, the faster the other guy's hand goes back.
You said it wasn't gonna feel like anything.
Concussions aren't great, but as long as you have them before you're 50, it's cool. And Knoxville's 49, so we're good.
Can you feel my heart?
Wow.
Today, we're going to do a little furniture shopping.
Pretty soon, they're not going to have to use the old man makeup. Well, you know, I think it's been a good little time killer. But, I don't know. A bit tinged with sadness, isn't it? We've gotten old. You start to feel old, oh, crikey. Was Jackass really that long ago? But, yeah, they're still going strong, though. Props to them. They're still, you know, nearing 50 and is able to take a bull to the torso. So, yeah, fair play. Wish I could do that.
I've been watching Jackass since I was 12 years old. And guess what? We're here.
We have winners and we have Steve-O.
There ain't a bunch of NASA scientists right now.
What did you guys do to Eric?
Fail to prepare, prepare to fail.
You still got those $1 million teeth, that's for sure.
I hope it's not forever. Hey, if they can do a Jackass 5 when they're 60, okay. But their insurance premiums will be through the fucking roof.
Gee, didn't set myself up for failure on this one.
Aaron, please relax.
I'm trapped. And you're putting honey on me and salmon? Oh my God. Oh my gosh.
To be honest, that's not as scary if it's a trained bear. If you train a bear really good, you're fine. I think I have seen the Jackass movies before. I think I may have seen all of them, but they kind of blur. Usually, when I think of Jackass, the only images that come to mind are basically people getting shot in the groin or something. That's usually how it goes. Yeah. Oh, crikey. So, yeah, so a sequel to Jackass that no one wanted. Yeah. Yeah, it's trained bear. Yeah. I think one of the grossest stunts they did was, what's the one where they put someone in a porta potty and they fucking catapult it and just all this shit and piss goes flying everywhere and coats the guy. Terrible. I wonder what Bam is smoking right now. Well, I think it's what he's eating right now. Bam Margera just looks like his dad, that fat bearded guy. The only thing he should be eating is humble pie and trying to, build back those bridges with his friends. Ah, yes, people are talking about Lux Maximus in the top with the gentleman who seems to be sniffing some sort of fabric. For those of you who are new to this, Lux Maximus is a content creator who lost his channel but also got it back, and he started to re-upload some of his more famous content, which was his reviews of used panties. He would buy panties, dirty panties, from prostitutes in the Poland, in Poland. And, he would tell us his thoughts on the scents and smells and pussy crud that was in the panties. But also, he does videos on ancient Rome and that sort of era of antiquity. And, as much as he's a weird bloke, he has the same taste in TV shows as me. He recommends Rome, Season 1 and 2, and Spartacus, and they're good shows. I'd recommend them if you got time to kill. Okay. Next one, and a lot of people have been asking about this, and we'll be doing a smack talk. So this movie has been delayed quite a few times. It's a very tricky film because it's based on a book, a very hard book to adapt into the visual medium, and that is Dune. And that comes out this year. So if there's any hardcore sci-fi fans who love the Dune series, let's see if it can be done justice. Yeah.
My planet Arrakis is so beautiful when the sun is low. Rolling over the sands, you can see spice in the air. The outsiders ravage our lands in front of our eyes. Their cruelty to my people is all I've known. What's to become of our world?
A boy.
Hey, Duncan, can I trust you with something?
Yes, always. You know that.
I've been having dreams about a girl on Arrakis. I don't know what it means.
Dreams make good stories. But everything important happens when we're awake. Hey, you. Put on some muscle?
I did?
No.
Oh! Right. Bit of a worry there. Bit of banter with a kind of cocky uncle. This comes up again in the trailer. And I have some concerns. But let's keep watching. I'm hoping that it is merely a trailer to get people who aren't familiar with the Dune series invested in seeing the movie. So there's a lot of action sequences. There's this kind of Marvel-esque quipping. I'm hoping there's just very cherry-picked moments. Because otherwise, you have a bit of a dumbed-down adaptation. Let's continue.
We are House Atreides. There is no call we do not answer. There is no faith that we betray. Smile, Gurney.
I am smiling.
Oh, there they go again. Oh, it's gonna have full screen. Yeah, again, I'm hoping if it is all quipping and it deviates from the dialogue in the book, I don't know how faithful it's gonna be. No.
The Emperor asks us to bring peace to Arrakis. House Atreides accepts.
I know you. There's something awakening in my mind.
Okay. I'm sorry to interrupt. There's a couple of red flags. Charlemagne. I forget his fucking first name. The guy playing Paul Atreides. Not necessarily a bad casting choice physically, but acting I'm unsure about. And the simple case is, and I hope this is just the trailer and not indicative of his acting. Listen to this.
I know you. There's something awakening in my mind.
There's a problem with Mr. Charlemagne. He's a fucking mumbler. He's something waking in my mind. What the fuck? Speak up. Enunciate. So, that's a concern. I have some other concerns, but I will address them at the end of the video. Because you might want to lower your expectations a little bit. Just saying.
You need to face your fears.
Come with me.
You need to be ready. You've never met Harkonnens before. They're not human, they're brutal.
Bwam! Dun, 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 bwam! Very generic trailer. But that's the thing, you can't... Trailers are very formulaic now. I don't know what the reasoning behind it is. I'm sure there's some sort of behavioral psychologist who said, no, you gotta do it like this and this and this. Or it's the particular company that makes them. But they're all very samey. Right down to the music. Any more bwams? That farty sound.
Duke's son sees too much.
This is my Dune. Kill them all. God in heaven.
Get everything with guns off the ground! Go!
This is an extermination.
Speak up! Fucking hell. I'm going to take him. What's that? We're going to save him. Speak up! Oh, for fuck's sake! Get someone else! Get another actor in. I don't care if they're older.
They're picking my family off one by one.
Let's fight like demons.
Dad, what if I'm not the future of House Atreides?
A great man doesn't seek to lead. He's called to it. But if your answer is no, you'll still be the only thing I ever needed you to be. My son.
If anything happens, will you protect Paul?
With my life.
Only together can we stand a chance.
I am Iron Man. Do 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 do. Yeah, shut up.
It's time.
Midnight. Right. My thoughts on June. Or what will happen. I have some concerns. There's been a couple of red flags for this. And there's two of them. Two big ones. Sorry, I'm just... Era, your stream has temporarily been blocked. Oh, don't... Damn. Bear with me 1 second. I'll just double check. Hang on, is everything alright? Am I fine? Is it all good? Hello? Does anyone hear me? Let's wait for it. Sorry about that. A little bit of a... Must have been the fucking June trailer. Must have played too much. I should have interrupted it more. Fucking hell. Oh, it's a bit of a pisser, isn't it? Well, I said my piece. Right, so, June. Hello. We're back. Can't get rid of me that easily. Yeah. I would have been in more trouble, if I, was monetized, but I'm not. So, June. Here's my concerns about the, June movie. These are the red flags. Okay. First one being, and this is gonna studio meddling. That's always, let's be worried. There has been some reshoots. There have been test audiences and focus groups. Which, is not necessarily bad, but it can mean a compromised vision. And when you've got someone like Dennis, whatever his fucking name is, he likes to think of himself as an auteur. So, I don't know if the studio has given him much freedom. Which leads me to my next point. This adaptation of June for the big screen, and it's a very big book for those of you who have read it. This is going to make you raise an eyebrow. It's a long film anyway. It's going to be 2.5 hours. But, it's only half the book. Yeah. It's only half the book. So, just as it's getting good, it's going to stop. Which brings in the studio meddling. Now, there were rumors that test audiences didn't like the ending because it abruptly stopped. So they've had to retweak the ending. But sure enough, it's only half the book. And it seems to stop round about when, for those of you who've read the book, when Paul Atreides takes the waters of life and he sees his destiny unfolding. And then, as we all know, he goes on his big jihad battle of revenge. And there's all this intergalactic politics and a big showdown and fight. Basically a conclusion. You don't get that. Get half of it. What's the name of fucking, oh, help me out here, Dune fans. Baron Harkonnen's nephew. What's his name? Oh, it's been too long. Anyway, Baron Harkonnen, played by Alexander Skarsgård, I think. One of the Skarsgårds. The big bald guy. He has a nephew, sorry. Back in dementia. Who plays a very important role in the books. He's absent from the film. You didn't see him in the trailers. He's a very important character. He has a showdown with Paul. Yeah. I mean, David Lynch's Dune, at least he tried to cram the entire book into a film. But it just wasn't possible. And I think this might just be another case of you can't adapt this weighty classic to the screen. Now, some of the casting choices, not so bad in some ways. In others, I'm doubtful that they can do a bang-up job of acting and really conveying the scope of the universe. Fade. That's the name. Yeah. Fade. He's not in this. Yeah, they've cut loads, all the politicking that goes behind the scenes with the Emperor. That's minimal. So it's half a book. Where's the other half? Who knows? If this flops, this part 1, you won't get a conclusion. And considering everything that's happened with lockdowns and streaming services, and the budget for this film was something like 200 million. It's a blockbuster, it's a risk. It needs to make 400 mil when no one's going to the cinema. Yeah. We'll see October. I'm scripting already. There will be a smack talk. Right. I'm going to be honest with you. My throat is getting sore. I don't think I can manage a Chuck Tingle. I've had 4 hours sleep. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave it at that. It was, bit of a rough stream with the copyright at the end, but, I thought I'd touch base with you all because I love you so much. You're really a great community. You've been wonderful through these tough times, and hopefully next time I see you, it will be the 2020 review. So, thank you all for attending. It's nice to touch base with you all. But I must fly. Oh, check out Cynical Reviews. Put up a lovely video recently. check it out. Take care of you, and after the 2020 year review, maybe I'll do another stream with lots of Chuck Tingles. I need to find a good Chuck Tingle novel. I couldn't find one. But you take care, all of you. You've been a fantastic audience. And I love you all.